one thing which I really want to ask, and I'm sure a lot of people want to know.
Oh God.
This could be anything right now.
Yeah, what
he's
you gonna
building
ask?
this. He's building
Drum
this one
roll.
up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kat, the question all our fans and all your fans want to know: how did you go from 0 followers to 3 million followers combined on your TikTok accounts in the space of 2 years? How on earth did you do that?
Yeah, it's been an absolute roller coaster, to be honest with you, and I can't quite believe it myself. I do feel really lucky, obviously, to be here with it where I am now. I feel like really, really lucky. But basically, guys, it just started with an Instagram post from Gary Vee. So obviously we all know who he is,
Yeah, we know
like
Gary
a
Vee.
massive businessman.
Yeah.
I love Gary Vee, like his tips and business. Mine is
Motivational
just
guy.
crazy. Yeah, very motivational.
Cool
And
guy,
and basically he put up an Instagram post saying TikTok is going to be the next big social media. So yeah, you kind of do believe a lot of things he says, like what he said in the past. Look how far he's come. He knows his stuff.
Yeah.
So Sean was like, right, Kat, let's set up a TikTok account. And I was like, oh, I can't do pranks and make myself look like an idiot. Like, Sean, people are going to see us and it's going to be embarrassing.
Yeah.
So I was like, why don't you do it, try it out, see how we get on, and then we'll go from there.
You be the guinea pig.
Yeah, so Sean was the guinea pig,
Sean.
trying it out, bless him. And guys, honestly, his followers was like skyrocketing, like coming in thick, fast, just like thousands and thousands of followers. I just couldn't believe my eyes. So I was like, right, I need to get involved in this. And he was always saying to me, look, you'll be a fool if you miss this opportunity. You will kick yourself. And damn right, I probably would have if I wasn't here. And he was. I would have been like, why didn't I just listen? So I started, my journey started in October 2019. So Sean started a month earlier than me. And yeah, it all started from there. Then my followers were coming in thick and fast. And yeah, guys, honestly, it just blew up. We were doing prank stuff, so we were pranking each other, just silly little pranks as well. We'd have like fake bugs.
Right.
Back then as well, it was very kid audience. There was just kids on it. The app was known for kids, very young audience. So we had to link our content to what the kids wanted to watch.
Okay.
And that was all like pranks, comedies. Kids were loving it. They were like our huge fans. And yeah, we knew by making their day, we just was like, giving it back to them, basically, making them happy and have something.
So was it?
Sure.
You mentioned Gary Vee.
Yeah.
Obviously, we all know who he is. Did you think of it as this could be a potential business for you, or was it just we'll give this a go and we'll see what happens?
Yeah. So to start with, there was no business plan with it at all. Okay. We've loved like social media for ages. We've always wanted to do YouTube. We've loved it just for the fun side of it. With TikTok, I never in a million years thought I'd have a business from it. Like, no. But yeah, it is proven you can. But obviously it was all fun and games. Still worked, still had my dog walking business at the time. Sean worked as a sales manager. So we both do our day-to-day work, come home and then film our TikToks. We do about 2 to 3 videos in the evening. Just fun content, go with the flow and just film. Yeah, so busy.
Yeah.
So you said when you first started, you were you had a dog walking business.
Yeah, so basically I worked with Mike, didn't I? We worked in Brightside Insurance, for like 7 years. Then I fell pregnant with my second child, and unfortunately we didn't have the childcare. We didn't have any family members to look after the kids. So childcare was costing me my weekly wage because I could only go back part-time being a mum as well. It's impossible to juggle two things.
For sure.
So I was like, God, how am I going to do this? I can't not work.
Yeah.
So I decided, I looked up in the community page, loads of people looking for dog walkers. So I just started my little dog walking business, love animals, I'm a huge animal lover, and just started doing that then part-time. And I'd take Leo with me, so he'd be in the pram, and then I'd be walking the dogs as well. So I have 2 dogs.
Nice.
And then over time then, my business really bloomed and I had about 20 dogs on my books. So I got a little van then a few months down the line and started going down the fields. And again, Leo was a bit bigger, so he'd be able to run around the field and the dogs. And yeah, it was a fun job to do as well.
Yeah.
So I never wanted to give up that job. And then obviously lockdown happened and everyone was working from home. And it was such a blessing in disguise that I had TikTok because I lost all my work because everyone was at home able to walk their dogs. They didn't need me anymore. And obviously I know the clients that I had, they probably would have still kept me and still used me after the pandemic, but how long was that going to go on for? So I did decide then to close down my business because I was walking about 1 or 2, and then TikTok kind of took over, and I was kind of bringing in a bit more money, and I was like, do you know what, I need to focus on this now because this is my future, this is where it's heading. So I had to kind of put everything then into my TikTok.
So that kind of coincided nicely then.
It did.
In a weird way.
In a weird way.
Because you had a business.
It was a blessing in disguise in some ways.
COVID killed it, and then TikTok sort of surfaced out of that.
Exactly, yeah. It was almost like it was meant to be. It's
when you started TikTok, how long into being a TikToker did you start making money out of the app?
Okay, so I started making money in the app at 50,000 followers. Now, these brand deals weren't high. They were like probably, I remember having £25 brand deals maybe to promote some beauty products like facial masks and stuff like that. I had a few. I did have a fitness app that I used to promote, did promote a lot of apps. But the real, I would say when I hit 100K, I was like, oh, okay, I can make quite a nice living off this amount of followers. And I do know people now, I would say it probably is a bit silly to leave your job with 100K followers, but I do know people that are leaving their jobs with 100K followers to pursue their TikTok careers. I do know quite a few people doing that.
Kat, one question, right? Every time you usually meet somebody new, the first question that somebody asks, especially like at a party or something, what do you do?
Yeah.
If someone was to ask you, what do you do? What would be your answer? Like to a stranger, how would you describe what you do?
Yeah, so I get asked it all the time. Like even if I'm live on TikTok, people say, what is your job? What do you do? And I just answer content creator. So I create content across all my social media platforms. So it's not just TikTok. I also do my Instagram and also my YouTube, and going to be going on to Facebook as well, because we do have a Facebook page. So yeah, all my work is content creation. There's a lot of behind the scenes work that people won't see as well. A lot of admin work, which I have had to bring in management now just because my workload is just crazy. I couldn't keep up with it. Like the emails coming in like hundreds a day. It's just crazy.
Would you describe yourself as an influencer?
It's hard. I would say yes. I'm an influencer in a sense that I've got to be a good influencer to my following.
Yeah, sure.
But I wouldn't say that I'm a social media influencer. I don't really know. It's a really tricky one because I see an influencer as someone who's been on TV, okay, so like Love Island. Like I see like those big stars as influencer. I'm more of like a video creator, so I see myself as more like a YouTuber / TikToker. That's how I picture myself. And I suppose it is an influencer. Like I do probably come under that category, but it is
I suppose the reality is you're going to influence people.
Exactly. Yeah.
In whatever way. Yeah.
I think that causes a lot of confusion with like the people that aren't in the loop of, content creation or influencers, because I think those two titles sort of get merged.
Yeah.
And then people are like confused, like, okay, so what does she actually do?
Yeah.
Do you get a lot of that off people when you tell them what you do?
Yeah, like a lot of people say, how can you make a job off TikTok?
Right.
Like, how are you making money off TikTok? The TikTok fund pays you pennies. Yes, the TikTok fund isn't the highest paid. It's the brand deals that are going to pay. This is what makes you your money. You're your own brand.
Yeah.
So I see myself as my own brand. So any work that comes to me, I'm myself. I'm basically my own business.
Yeah.
Okay, so like businesses come up to me to promote their products. And that's where the money is, again, with the app promos as well. So I'll do a lot of promotions for app companies, so I can promote all different apps. So I got 2 TikTok channels. I've got my main channel, which is my family, comedy, prank stuff, which I get a lot of brand deals on that page. On my second page, it's like a fact channel. So Keenan Life, which is my facts and story page, which I tie my apps in. And basically you get paid per like app download. So for kids, they're always bored at home. They always are looking for a new game to play. Yeah. And I get some really cool games on there. And you get paid per download for them. So that is, to be honest, how I started making a lot of my money to start with as a smaller influencer, because anyone could go and promote an app. You guys could get on there tomorrow and start promoting an app. If you're going to get on TikTok, you could get like 1 million views. And if you're advertising an app, you're bringing in money for yourself then. So anyone can do it. anyone.
Yeah.
What inspires the content you create? Like, how do you like the videos? I know obviously people follow trends a lot on TikTok.
Yeah.
But your original content, what inspires that?
Okay, so our original content is like day-to-day life. We do a lot of jokey stuff. Like we do like people watching this has probably seen the type of content we do.
Yeah.
Like it's a variety of stuff, and basically what we do. So we're always on TikTok, so other people might have done a video and we're like, how can we put our own spin onto that content?
Yeah.
And that's what we do. So basically someone could do, this is an example, rate my clothes that I've got on today. Someone might have done that. So me and Sean will be there together and we'll make it like a comedy spin. So he might be like, you can't, like for instance, you can't go to the gym wearing that. Or, and we put our own little spin and verses on it, and that's how we do it. But thinking of the ideas is the hardest part of this job, like mentally exhausting.
Being original in a world where social media is so competitive.
Oh, hugely.
Saturated as
very
well.
saturated. When we first were on TikTok, we were very lucky. We were one of the, obviously the high up creators on there. So we were always getting the good views. We were getting the followers in. Now everybody's on it. It's a lot harder.
Everyone's
to
having
get
a go,
noticed.
aren't they?
Yeah, exactly. But we're lucky we got in there early, and obviously I'd be forever grateful for that. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
you've done exceptionally well from it.
Yeah, thank you.
Doubt. Yeah, I think obviously moving forward, what's your kind of, where do you see yourself going?
Yeah, so with my future, I'm really hitting my YouTube channel now. So I've basically gone from 4,000 subscribers in October to now 185,000 subscribers. And I have gained, I did it in less than a week.
Well, that's some
100K
crazy growth.
subscribers. So
Because
yeah,
YouTube's one of the most difficult, isn't it?
it's the hardest platform to grow on.
Yeah.
YouTube is. It really is. And I get my silver plaque coming soon in the post, which I'm super excited for. And yeah, I just do have to pinch myself. Like, it's just a surreal feeling, to be honest, guys. It really is.
So what impact has all this success had on your personal life, with your family, with your friends, and just you know, on an internal level?
Yeah, definitely. So with this job, it's a very lonely job. Like, I'm working myself, like my relationship did break down. Like, we were together every single day, working together, and we just drove each other insane pretty much, and we just needed a break from each other. So yeah, it does impact your relationship. It's very, I don't know the right word, it's a very demanding job. So it was literally just me, Sean, working together. There's a lot of pressure on you. You never really shut off. You're going to bed at night and literally you've got these ideas going around your head. You've got the TikTok going around your head. It's literally like your mind is on an overdrive. Like, you never relax. I don't have a day off work. I work on weekends every day. I could get an email saying this needs to be up at a certain time. It is a demanding job, which then does affect your friendships, because obviously you can't go out and do the things you used to do. You would think being an influencer or being on social media, you'd have loads of free time. You don't. I struggle to find time to do anything. Like, even for myself, like, I am always constantly busy. As you guys know, I've been to London now for the last 2 days, come straight to you guys, get home, I'll go straight to bed. And then tomorrow I've got filming to do. So it's like a constant cycle. So as in with friendships, I think COVID's had a bit of a hit with friendships as well. I haven't seen my friends as much as probably what I'd like to. With family, my family are really supportive. Like my dad, my sister, like they all find the content hilarious. Like, to get that support as well from them. So yeah.
Do they understand the bigger picture? Because this is a business, right?
Yeah.
But as I said earlier, it's still a lot of confusion around what a content creator is.
Yeah.
So do your family see the bigger picture, or do they just think...
I don't think they've seen the big picture to start with.
Okay.
To be honest, my dad rang me today when I was doing the sales work in London, and he was like, you absolutely like killed that. You come across really well. You were really professional. It's like you've done it like all your life pretty much. And I said he was like joking, I need your autograph, whatever. I think it's only just hit him today, him witnessing that, just quite how big and successful I've got. I think TikTok, people just seen it as a little joke app, like for kids, or
I certainly did.
Yeah, you don't think. I don't think people think like you can make money off the app. I think they think like I've had so many messages and comments like, oh, you're weird doing that. Like, you're 30 years old. Like, grow up. Like, really horrible stuff. And I'm like, you guys don't know what it's doing behind the scenes for me.
Exactly
this is making my life,
they're
my
saying,
kids'
they're
future.
saying you're 30 years old, grow up. Whereas if you check your bank balance and check their bank balance,
Exactly.
there's a bit of a
I'm
difference.
joking. But I mean, like the thing is that we live in a world now where people like, saying someone judging you in that way, like why do people feel the need to judge someone else? You're not hurting anybody in what you're doing, and ultimately what you're trying to do is something really positive for you and your family. And I'll never understand human nature when someone looks at someone trying to achieve something, and as I'll reiterate, you are not hurting anybody in the process.
No, exactly.
There's a jealousy element.
Why do people want to hate on someone?
Yeah, it's definitely jealousy, and I think everything I do is for my kids' future. Like
There we go.
when I work every single day, everything I earn, I don't go and spend it. Like I said to you guys earlier, I had a Range Rover. I've sold my Range Rover because I'd rather see my bank just grow and grow and grow, so I can pull it into investments, which is then going to make me more money and then be my kids' future. Like everything I do is for them, and if it means going out doing funny things, I don't really care what other people think. Back 2 years ago, I used to worry to the bones what other people used to think of me. Oh, what if they think I'm weird doing this and that?
Yeah.
Now I don't care. Like, I make a complete idiot of myself on social media. Like, I really don't care. As long as I know my family and me are set for life for what I'm doing.
But that's a very good point.
That's all that matters.
You just made about you bought a Range Rover.
Yeah.
But you're at an age now and the maturity of you realise quite quickly actually this is excessive for what we need. And
well, I was spending like £1,000 a month on a car.
Really?
This is like to cover it, the fuel cost, the maintenance.
Yeah, they guzzle
of it.
fuel, don't they?
When I can have a BMW out there that's nice for £200 a month, that's like an £800 saving, which I can then put into property, which is my long-term goal, save up more money. And like I said, I just want as much money as I can to put into investments. But if I had had this success when I was 18, things would be a lot different, because I wouldn't be in the right frame of mind to handle the success and money that I've got coming in at the moment. I just wouldn't have known what to do with it. Probably would have been very stupid with it.
Yeah, and that's a very good point, because anyone who's watching this who does want to be an influencer or a content creator, I mean, that's very big with like the young population right now.
Exactly.
They can see you making smart moves, going into property, because none of us know how long this shelf life is going to last.
Exactly.
As you said off camera earlier, TikTok could go tomorrow. We don't know. And if they can see someone like you being successful and putting it into property and then having longevity for you and your family and your kids, then I think that's a really positive thing that can come out of this.
Exactly. And that's the kind of example I want to set to my boys as well, like Tommy and Leo. Something I never had in life was guidance with money. Like, no one ever really taught me about money management. They don't teach it in schools, and it's something that is so important that I wish I had known, because maybe my life would have been started off a lot different.
And there's no way you'd have purchased that Range Rover.
No, exactly. I wouldn't have, because I'd have been like, well, I save £800 a month, go and buy another house, or go and buy property that's going to bring me in.
Long term, that you could just, that money's just gonna, those assets are going to build you more money. So eventually you're not having to work at all.
Yeah. And to be honest with you as well, like, ever since doing this kind of job, my business mindset has changed. I've gained a lot of knowledge through people. I've met lovely people along the way that have been very business minded, been able to give me advice. And I'm quite proud of like how much knowledge that I've got behind me and that I can share as well, which is good.
I have to say, just sitting speaking to you off camera before we started filming, like you've taught me a lot already in just that short period of time, which is why we're so like, we really want to get you on here, because I feel like your story can definitely inspire others. I think one thing that I think people would love to know is, how do you deal with the trolls and all the negativity that comes through social media? Because let's be realistic, it's on every platform.
It's breeding on all of them.
Yeah,
it's on
all of them. You know what? TikTok is probably the worst platform for bullying, trolls, hate. Like, the abuse people get on there, it's quite frightening, to be honest. But when I started the app, I think I kind of had it in the back of my head. Not everyone's going to love you. There are going to be people that are going to hate you. So basically, I went in with that mindset already. And to be honest, now I just ignore the haters. I don't even delete the comments now. I just leave them on there, and I don't show them any attention. Don't react to it, because I think the worst thing you can do in life is react to hate, because people will feed off that and give you more and more and more. So I think just ignore the haters. And it's the same with bullies. Like, I hear of kids, they bless them, they message me on my live, and they're like, I'm being bullied in school, like, help. And I just say to them, don't react to them, walk past them, ignore them, they will soon stop. it's only when you show them attention back that they get like a little thrill out of it, don't they? It's like,
the thing is though, like,
just don't show them that.
As we said earlier off camera, like your biggest haters are your biggest viewers, right?
Exactly, your haters are your
they
biggest
are funding
fans.
your dream
Exactly.
by hating on you. So actually, it's doing the opposite of what they want.
Exactly.
But they're too stupid to realise that they're fueling. They're just putting
exactly.
more logs on your fire of success.
What they don't understand is them firing all that abuse at you is basically paying for yours and your family's holiday to the Maldives.
Exactly. They're like, they're giving me this lifestyle.
True story.
It is true.
They're building
it's
your
exactly
conservatory.
that,
Do you know what I mean?
They are.
Like,
and as well, they all hide behind like fake profiles as well. They're
Exactly. Of
never
course, the keyboard
man
warriors.
enough to do it face to
it's
face.
a coward. Yeah, it's a cowardly act.
Exactly.
How do you think you would have dealt with that if you were 18 though?
Oh, completely different.
Yeah.
And I think it is a very concerning thing. So many youngsters that are on TikTok at the moment, we obviously know suicide rates are up massively.
Big time.
Social media is probably quite a big killer at the moment.
Yeah.
I think if I was 18, it would have been a lot different. Mentally, I don't think I would have handled it at all, because your mindset does change. Like now, like I said to you guys, I don't really care what other people think. Like I'll create my content, post it. I don't think about what I'm posting, I just do it. But when I'm 18, 19, God, those comments probably would have haunted me and made me. And
you're still in a mindset at that age of like you care about what everyone thinks.
It's not till you get to like 30 you kind of like, do you know what? I don't care what so and so thinks. Like I'm gonna do me, and that's all that matters.
Back end of your 20s, you're just like, who cares? Do you know what
exactly.
I mean? Yeah.
Have you received any negative feedback from people? Say, for example, people you were in school with. Friends.
Friends.
Yeah. No, like friends have like messaged any abuse. I have seen things on Facebook of certain people slating me, what I do. I've not reacted to it personally, but I have seen comments about it. And I just think, do you know what? It's just jealousy. Like they're in their 9-to-5 jobs, doing probably what they absolutely hate.
Yeah.
I'm here thriving. But for me, I can't really get my head around it, because if I seem like you guys, like I want you guys to do well, I want you guys to succeed. Hence why I'm here, talking with you today, because I want to be able to help you guys.
Which we hugely appreciate.
Why not support other people? Like, why do people have to feel the need to bring others down with them?
People love it though, don't they?
It's insecurity.
Yeah.
They love knocking people down, man.
It just comes down to insecurity.
But I get like a thrill of lifting people up. So
Snap.
like,
Yeah,
with,
snap.
like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Same.
like today, like when I've done those TikTok lives, like selling those items, knowing I'm helping like the TikTok shop, whatever. Like, it feels really good.
Yeah.
They can't feel good like inside, knowing that they're messaging this and that, saying nasty things. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think most people who are taking the time out of their day to like write something nasty online, they can't be happy.
They can't be like in themselves, and that's something they've got to work on with themselves. But some people are obviously like that, aren't they? So
I think one thing that fascinates me obviously we knew we were getting you on, so I have engaged with your TikTok quite a lot recently and had a look at a lot of your videos, and to be fair, I do find them quite funny. So like, fair play to you.
They're just stupid, aren't they?
But they are, but they're engaging and like they do tell a story. But I think one thing that kind of interests me is this whole kind of pathway of how it's had an effect. This TikTok journey has had an effect on your relationship with Sean.
Yeah.
I mean, how is that kind of materialized, and what is it like now, and how do you see that?
Yeah,
it's interesting.
Let's go into that. So basically, we worked together, obviously, like you say, lockdown, we were together 24/7, bickering, arguing. So we decided to go our separate ways in February.
Okay.
We had 3 months apart. Obviously, we've got a little boy together, so we've seen each other on weekends. He kind of did his own thing. I did my own thing. I did notice with TikTok, they did like us together, because everyone was like, where's Sean? Like, they missed me and him filming together.
Yeah.
And then after those 3 months passed, we were like really good friends. We were getting on really, really well. And then Sean and me started filming again. And we kind of weren't living together. So he was like coming to the house filming with me, and we were having it fun. And it just felt like we needed that time apart from each other, for him to work on his self and me to work on myself, because we've spent so much time. We are constantly like this on our phones all day, looking for videos to film. It's not healthy, like, for a relationship to be like that. We'd be on either side of the sofas with our phones doing work constantly. He'd be in the office. We just weren't doing like relationship things. And it was me. I like kind of just fell out of love, and I was just honest and open about it. And then we were getting friends again, and then we started having like a laugh together. And I don't know, the little spark was there that was missing before. It's hard to get back a relationship when you've been out of love with someone, because you don't ever want to feel like that again. You know how low it made you feel. And I mean, God, it was awful. Like, I just felt like it wasn't his fault at all. Like, he's like an amazing guy, like Pivot. You can't fault him, but you feel worthless in yourself because you're kind of with someone and you're not getting it back. And he probably felt exactly the same as well, because I wasn't getting it, therefore I'm not giving it. And it kind of works both ways, you know. But I feel like we're in a really good space now. His growth is like crazy on all his platforms. My growth's insane. And yeah, I think we work really well together. Like, you can't fault our work ethic. We laughed earlier because we're two different people. Like, I'm the doer and the money now. He's more of the sit back, think of the long term. As for me, if I panic, like if I don't get, I set myself targets each month for how much money I want to bring in. For him, he's like, if he gets a big deal, he's like, oh, I'm fine for the next few months. For me, I'm just like, more. I chase. But it's good because we balance each other out. Because he gets, like, I say to him, like, come on, you need to be putting a bit more work. And then for me, he's like, just chill out, relax, like, it'll come to you, sort of thing. But yeah, like, I think, like, it's hard. When you're working together, they say don't mix business with pleasure, don't they? So it is kind of like that.
I think that's underestimated, isn't it? Like, as someone looking from the outside, we're going to see, like, me and Nath have obviously both looked at your content. Yeah. It's very comedy, coupley sort of thing. Playful with the kids, etc.
Exactly, yeah.
But looking in, it's all smiles, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
But we don't see that, because we're aware of, like, editing, like working with Gaz. Yeah. How long he has to take on editing. We understand it's a long process and all the rest of it. And you guys are looking for new ideas. Yeah. So a lot of that eats up your time in the day. Yeah. So you're left with not a lot left to have a relationship with.
No, exactly.
And I guess people would just think, oh, they're happy, but actually, are they really engaging that much?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think you've got to think a lot of it, that this is our job now. This is, like you say, our business. So what you see on camera, some of it is an act. Like, that is what we do. We're doing this because we want to bring this content to you guys. We can't be on camera depressed and like, oh God, we're having a bit of a bad day. You have got to put on a front. And I suppose I'm quite good at doing that. I'm quite good at hiding my emotions. Like, I could be feeling awful inside, but like putting a smile on, you probably wouldn't know nothing's wrong with me. And that's what I did for like a year. And look back on my content, you guys probably would have had no idea that deep down I was depressed, but I was really bad.
Kat, obviously you're a parent and we can see, you know, you engage with your kids a lot on your TikTok. Yeah. What sort of impact has that had on them, like going to school? Because you've got 1.9 million followers, so there's a good chance that some of those kids have gone, oh, it's so-and-so's mum. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. What sort of impact has that had on you, your family and your kids?
Okay, so it's only recently started to happen since Tommy's now in year 4. I used to get a lot of like year 5s and 6. They all know us and are all fans of us and whatever. They like run out of their classroom door and they're like, "Hi, Kat!" Like, they really like seeing us. They love it. So the teachers know us. I know there's some teachers that watch us as well from the school on there. I haven't really been able, because with COVID, it's really hard to like. I suppose. With a parent, we used to be able to go on the yard, huddle in our little social groups and be able to have a good chat. Yeah. But now you can't. It's literally you have to like keep your distance and you can't really communicate. There's going to be mums on the yard and dads, whatever, that are going to judge us or whatever and think this and that, like normal some people do. But yeah, like I think the majority of people around here know us and what we do and watch us and things like that.
What sort of perception do you normally get?
Like,
is it like negative or is it positive, would you say?
Do you know what, when we're out and about, I get asked for my photo all the time. Yeah, I'm in home bargains shopping, older people, like adults, come up to me and have a picture, Kat. They have a chat, they're like, we love your and Sean's content. We get kids running up, so in the school holidays we went to like the beach and the park and stuff, and kids just running up to us. Really? And that's when it really hit us. I think we were in Devon, not last year, but the year before, and we were walking along Woolacombe Beach, and there were kids coming from every angle. Kat and Sean, because obviously his brother, the Nylans, they've got quite a big presence on social media as well. Yeah. So like it's everywhere pretty much. But it's really nice as well because They're fans of the family, so they love the kids as well. So Tommy and Leo. So when we were at like Woolacombe Bay Park, there were kids that were fans of us, and they just all played together. So they like all went off, played football together. It was just really, it's really nice.
What's like Tommy's like? Does he like it, or does he?
I don't think Tommy quite understands the impact yet. He's very little, and this is something that I'm going to have to be really careful of. I don't really know how I'm going to handle this situation when he goes to big school, like high school. I think like bullying, there's going to be jealous kids, there's going to be a lot of things that we're going to face with this kind of following. And to be honest, it does go around my head a lot, and I do worry, and I'm like, is he going to be all right? Obviously, I don't see us as a celebrity, but I do see us with a lot of people, and for kids, they think TikToks is a big deal, and I would hate for kids to look at Tommy and like single him out because of that, if that makes sense, just in jealousy wise, because all kids want that kind of life, don't they?
There's a good chance of that, isn't there?
Exactly. So as a parent, I want to protect him as much as I can. But at the moment, I don't think he has a clue. Because when he gets kids like, and they notice Tommy sometimes before me, and they're like, there's Tommy. And he's like, they know us off TikTok. But I think he's only 8 years old, so he's still very young.
Too young to maybe understand it.
But I think he's got a good future ahead of him. I will obviously support him. I'll get as much advice from other parents that kind of in the industry as well to how we can sort of handle it, because it is going to be something we're going to have to come across in the future.
Do you think you were always an entertainer on social media, or was it something that evolved? Was it when you first got TikTok, was it always the plan that I'm going to be funny, or did you think maybe I'm going to go be a fitness star on TikTok, or I'm going to be, there's all sorts of things people use on TikTok, a lot
of different avenues,
people fire out facts. I know you've got a fact channel as well, but your main channel is predominantly humor for your family, which is very engaging. But was it always the plan to do it in that way? Did it come naturally to you?
Yeah, it was really weird. I don't know why we all of a sudden started doing pranks, to be honest. I think we were watching it, and I think we've seen some couples doing it, and we found it funny. So we were like, oh, let's try it. And it looked, and we were awful to start. If you look back at one of our old videos to now, you'll see like a massive difference. Yeah.
Are they still on your account?
Yeah, you go like right down. I've got all my videos from really back in the day. You'll see the camera quality as well is shocking compared to now. Like, it's all nice and HD now.
So not many people actually do that, do they? They tend to like... crap
from
before.
I'd rather people not look that far back, because I look so different on them.
People watch this now.
Everyone's scrolling down.
So please don't look back. Keep to the recent ones. It's fine. All those filters, brilliant, lovely. But yeah, honestly, so I have always been quite an outgoing person. I am a people person. I love like talking to people. But I've never had this type of confidence. Like it's grown my confidence massively. Like, I can go to London on my own. Normally I'm like hanging on Sean's arm. I'm like, I can't even do this like food shop on my own. Yeah. And now I'm off doing my little adventures on my own. Like, I'd never have done that a few years ago. So it has grown my confidence massively, which is really good for me.
Hats off to you.
Yeah.
One thing which I really want to ask, and I'm sure a lot of people want to know. Oh
God.
This could be anything right now.
Yeah, what are you going to ask?
He's building
drum
this
roll.
Yeah. Feel the suspense.
No. The question is, what advice would you give to a budding someone who wants to build a social media following like you have? Someone who dreams of being in your shoes, and let's say they're at step one now.
Yeah.
What advice would you give?
So my advice, number one, get on TikTok, because that algorithm is insane. Anyone can go viral on it. You don't even need any following on there to get reached out to loads. You get on that For You page, it can get out to thousands, even millions of people. So definitely get a TikTok account set up.
That's step one, guys.
That would be step one. Keep posting. You can't post one day and not post for a few days. TikTok needs consistency. Get in that algorithm, keep posting. I would say probably 2 to 3 a day to start with. We were posting probably between 5 and 10 a day to start with.
Really?
Like,
jeez.
Every day.
Were they getting good views or not?
Yeah, some were getting pretty good views to start with. Okay. Yeah, they were doing
really well.
Were they all
still like the comedy stuff?
All comedy, all pranks. Again, a couple of sounds we'd use, like trends.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I'd post as much as you can, but consistency is a real big factor. Stick to your own niche as well. So, for instance, if I started doing gym progress videos, that probably wouldn't do well on my page. My fans probably wouldn't engage well with that. So stick to something like a niche. We stuck to comedy and family because that's kind of our little niche that has worked well for us. You guys, obviously mental health and the gym, that kind of ties into one niche. People that can dance, stick to dancing. People that sing, stick to singing. Stick to a category would be another one of my tips. Again, when you first start off, you have got to kind of find your feet, like what works for you. Like pranks and comedy worked straight away for us. So we were quite lucky in that sense. We continue just to do that. But for someone starting off, they might try dancing. It might not work for them. So you do have to take yourself out of your comfort zone as well. I really, really didn't want to do TikTok to start with. I thought it was just a joke. And I was like, don't want to make a fool of myself. But look where I am now. It's like the best thing I've ever done. So get on TikTok, get on Instagram. You need to be on all social media, like across all platforms. You can post the same video that you've got on TikTok on your Instagram Reels. Get it everywhere. Just get seen, basically. You need to get your face out there and be remembered. Again, couple stuff works amazing. So if you're in a relationship, get your boyfriend, get your girlfriend involved. People love watching that kind of romantic stuff as well.
Yeah,
works
they love
really
it,
well.
don't they?
Yeah, and family.
Yeah, so like me, they'd like to see me and Mike potentially.
I reckon
Yeah,
you two do a little duo. It'd be really good.
Where do you see It's Cat Keenan in a year's time?
Maybe in the Maldives on a nice boat somewhere.
Still filming content?
Still filming my TikToks. So in how many years did we say?
In a year's time.
In a year's time, okay. So I'd like to have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. That's kind of my main focus for 2022 is going to be YouTube and long form content.
Yeah.
So that's a huge goal for me in 2022. Hopefully hit 3 million followers next year as well on TikTok. It is slowing down. It's harder to get followers on there now, but I believe I could probably do it by next Christmas. And yeah, just keep growing and keep doing what I'm doing basically in a year's time. My major growth now would be 5 years. So my next 5 years, I want to have a property development behind me. So I want to have at least a minimum of 5 properties behind my belt and start investing. That's my goal.
In the next year?
In 5 years, I want to do
5
that.
years, okay.
So yeah, so now's my
Property,
goal to make as much as I can doing social media. I'm probably still going to always do social media. I think even when my boys get bigger, I think I would help them out, get involved with their content as well. I want to be sat here with you guys next year and I'd be like, with my gold plaque on YouTube and be like, I've done it. And like, yeah,
that's gonna
I
happen.
think like,
It's gonna happen.
I'm going to cry when I see my silver plaque. So I'll probably be like emotional wreck with my gold plaque because it's hard to get. So
we'll invite you back when the gold one comes.
Yeah, invite me
I
back
think that would
and
be a good episode.
we'll get on these goals and see if I've got them.
See if you smash them. No doubt, absolutely no doubt you will. One thing I think it's impossible not to talk about, especially, more for like on a local level, but you made the newspapers not that long ago, something to do with your ex or whatever the situation is, paid off your mortgage. I mean, how did that come about?
Yeah,
so it was like my birthday and he was like, just surprised me with it, to be honest. It's a complete like shock. Like, didn't expect like any of that to happen. But yeah, it was like, mind blowing, to be honest. And literally hit BBC News, ITV News. I was pretty much scattered all over the place. Like,
yeah, I did.
Like my face is everywhere, and everyone was like messaging me. Have you seen the news? Like, what's been going on? I was like, I know, it's crazy.
Have you seen the news? I am the news.
I'm in there. Now, honestly though, like this is the power of TikTok. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like the Sun, they always have TikTokers on there. So like,
they do.
They literally, you don't even have to be a
Sun,
massive creator.
true.
But if you like doing a little hack, the papers seem to love that sort of stuff.
You always see it on their Facebook feed. The Sun's Facebook feed.
A lot of
you see a
TikTokers
lot
are
of those
making the
stories.
news at the moment. So yeah, I think more exposure for us is the best. We love just getting out there. We want everyone to see our faces. And yeah, we want to be as big and successful as we possibly can be. And I think I've got that vision. I know Sean's got that vision as well. And I think together we will get there. So,
Kat, I suppose, like, what I want to say, first of all, is thank you so much for agreeing to come on here. Because I guess honestly, it's you didn't have to do this. And obviously, I know from trying to arrange this, you've got a very busy schedule. So, first of all, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, honestly.
And on behalf of our fans and your fans, I suppose they've potentially seen a different side of you today. And, like, you've shared some great tips for anyone who wants to kind of do what you've done.
Good advice as well.
Yeah, and I think, giving us advice, I think quite clearly, the cat behind the camera, like, the real Kat, which we've seen today. I think you're just a genuine, kind, honest person who's got big goals, who wants to achieve amazing things for you and your family.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that's exactly it. People don't get to see me, unfortunately. They just see the camera and what I film day to day. I think it does kind of give people the wrong impression of who I am and what I'm doing. So I think it's nice to come here, talk to you guys, get to know me better, and like you say, to know why I do it and my goals that I want to achieve. And yeah, it's been really fun. I just love helping people. I love it. So hopefully I can help you guys now. We can grow together.
Yeah, well, it's been a good insight to people that want to get into like TikTok or content creating, just overall.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
And you've proven there is success in there. You're not just a 30-year-old making a fool of themselves like some people think, don't they?
Exactly. Yeah, you just.
And you're having success, and that's going to be passed on to your kids.
Exactly. It's my business and the kids' future now. So, and honestly, it's took me till 31 to get it, but I'm glad it's happened now at my maturity level to be able to like handle and deal with it, and be able to push my goals further with it as well. So I do feel really lucky.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, I think genuinely, I mean, I really do mean thank you for coming on.
Oh, honestly, it's fun.
Yeah. So I think unless you've got anything else to add, Mike, I think we'll.
I think that's been a good episode. Yeah.
We'll let Kat get back to a busy content
Get back
creation.
to bed now. I'm so tired, but yeah, it's
long
been
day
great.
for you, no doubt. What I want to do is I want to thank our listeners, our viewers. If anyone could give us a like and subscribe, be hugely appreciated.
Yeah.
We look forward to seeing you on the next episode of the Talking Reality podcast. Thanks,
you.
guys.
Bye.